problem with one of the wheel speed sensors that feeds data to the ABS system is indicated when your check engine light illuminates and you get a C0040 code, which I will refer to as C40. This issue may cause an ABS light to come on. Diagnostic fault code C40 indicates either unidentified damage to the corresponding circuit or a malfunction wheel speed sensor on the front right wheel. Code C35 would be the front, left equivalent. Put simply, an out-of-specification condition is indicated by the ABS sensor of the vehicle determining that the right front speed sensor's feedback is irrational, erratic, or non-existent. This can be concerning because it is more difficult to stop safely when driving without working ABS. Watch the video to find out what might be causing a C0040 code, how serious it is, and how to resolve it. But just before we start, make sure you've subscribed to the channel. Symptoms. C40 frequently manifests as a variety of symptoms, some of which are noticeably more prevalent than others. When trying to speed up the diagnostic procedure in its entirety, knowing how to recognize these signs can be crucial. The most typical symptoms linked to this code are listed below. Illuminated ABS light, possible traction control light, lack of ABS system function. Causes. There are a number of potential underlying causes for C40, almost all of which have to do with the impacted wheel speed sensor circuit. Knowing these possible causes can often make a big difference when trying to fix things quickly. Some of the most frequent causes of DTC C40 are listed below. Faulty speed sensor, damaged wheel speed sensor reluctor wheel, wheel speed sensor circuit issues, compromised ABS module. How to fix. To help identify and fix the underlying cause of the C40 diagnostic fault code on your car, try the steps listed below. Before attempting any such repairs, as always, refer to the factory-specific service literature for your specific model of vehicle. Step 1. Scan for additional codes. Use any good OBD-II scan tool to look for additional diagnostic fault codes before starting the diagnostic procedure. Before moving further, any such codes that are found should be carefully diagnosed. Step 2. Inspect wheel speed sensor. Start the diagnostic procedure by carefully examining the wheel speed sensor that is malfunctioning at the location where it is mounted inside the wheel hub of the car. Even though it might not be possible to examine the sensor completely, you can make sure that it is still firmly inserted into the hub and undamaged. Furthermore, it is important to check the associated wheel speed sensor wiring for any signs of fray, binding, or damage. Any kind of damage would call for replacement. Step 3. Inspect hub reluctor wheel. Subsequently, it will be imperative to examine the right front wheel hub of the car for any damage to the reluctor wheel. To get a clear view of the reluctor wheel itself, this will necessitate removing the wheel speed sensor from the hub. It is possible to raise the front end of the car so that one can manually spin the front wheels. Jack stands must always be used when doing this. Hub replacement will be required for any obvious damage to the reluctor wheels. Step 4. Check wheel bearing play. You should also check the right front wheel end for excessive wheel bearing play while the vehicle's front end is elevated. To accomplish this, hold the tire at this spot between the 12 and 6 o'clock position and try to work the tire in an inboard to outboard manner. This kind of measurable play will require hub replacement. Step 5. Check WSS signal. If problems have not yet been identified, you should use a good scan tool to review all of the right front wheel speed sensor's feedback. As the overall speed of the vehicle increases, this feedback should show increasing pulses and be consistent, with no dead spots at high speeds. If anything is different, there may be a malfunctioning speed sensor or related wiring. If every measurement falls within the parameters provided by the manufacturer, more investigation into any possible problem with the ABS module will be necessary. Since an ABS unit is not a cheap replacement, all manufacturer-recommended procedures should be followed before discarding a vehicle. Hope the information was helpful for you. If so, please press the like button and subscribe to the channel.